The actor behind your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is making headlines, but not for the reasons you'd actually want. We're diving into the controversy and what it could mean for the new series. Plus, Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are teaming up again for their latest film, Sinners, and the first trailer is just dropped, and might I say, it looks amazing. I don't know why I said it that way, but this is Movie Mornings, your daily dose of movie news with a cup of coffee. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday, my dudes. It's a great cup that you can get in the shop, by the way. It's Wednesday. It's the 29th. January's almost done. One of these days, I'm going to take like an extra 5 minutes to think of something to say in this spot between welcoming everybody to the Movie Mornings and actually starting the show, like the news story. One day I'll think of something, but today is not that day. That being said, I would like to give a special thanks to our Patreon producer for the month, Basilius of Stupidonia. Thank you for being our producer this month. You are greatly appreciated. We appreciate all your support. And I'll be honest with you. This first story, not super excited about it. And I don't really know what's going to happen after we read it together. I don't know if I'll say something and if I'm just barking up the wrong tree. But we'll find out together. So, story number 1. All right, let's start with a story that's got Spider-Man fans a-buzzing. Some comments from the actor behind the web slinger that are sparking controversy. Here's what we know so far. So this comes from Collider via Adam Blevins. Marvel's newest animated series, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, is set to premiere its first 2 episodes today, January 29th. And the show will feature Hudson Thames returning from What If Season 1 to reprise his role as Peter Parker / Spider-Man. Collider's own Mike Thomas recently sat down for a chat with Thames, and he asked what it was like having a chance for a fresh take on Spider-Man in a world featuring characters never before seen in the MCU, like Norman Osborn and Lonnie Lincoln. And his answer might shock you. Quote, "I thought it was awesome. I mean, my biggest fear was that it was going to be annoying and woke. And it wasn't. And I was like, yes, this is great. It's so well written. Like, it feels real. I'm the oldest of 5 boys, so I feel like I kind of know what's going on in their lives and in high school. And it felt like it was doing that justice." End quote. Woke is a term which is more often than not used as a dog whistle for racism and sexism in entertainment fan bases. The interview also comes at the same time that Collider's Mike Thomas spoke with Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man showrunner Jeff Trammell, who eloquently spoke about bringing a new version of New York City to life, one that is flush with representation that accurately portrays the many different cultures in one of the biggest cities on Earth. Thames' Oscar-nominated co-star Coleman Domingo has already experienced racist backlash for his casting as Norman Osborn, a character who is not inherently white in the comics. First 2 episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man premieres today on Disney+. So, Woke. The actor playing Spider-Man in the new Spider-Man cartoon series said he was afraid that the Spider-Man animated series was going to be too woke. Like, can we just not? Like, can we just... we might get the explicit tag today. Can we just not do this crap anymore? Like, what are we talking about? What do we... His biggest fear with the new Spider-Man cartoon was that it would be too woke. Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man cartoon that he is a part of, his biggest fear is that it would be too woke. I don't understand what the is wrong with people. I don't understand the world that we live in right now. I don't understand how you can play a character like Spider-Man and just completely miss the point of, representing being a hero for everyone, irregardless of, race, sexuality, gender. You think he was afraid it was too woke. I'm so miffed at this comment because it's not, in a vacuum. This comment would be just kind of eye rolling. We'd move on, right? But we don't exist in a vacuum. We exist in a world that is going through some horrible crap right now. With fascists and Nazis and stupid crap that shouldn't exist anymore. That's rearing its head because people suck and people are stupid. And so when you take that into account, and then this person wants to say that their greatest fear for this show is that it would be too woke. What the hell is wrong with being woke? And I know I'm probably opening up a can of worms here. I'll probably be opening myself up to harassment on some of this stuff, and that's fine. That's fine. I know how to use the block button, so it's no big deal. But I don't understand what's wrong with being woke. Obviously the term woke, before it got manipulated into this stupid phrase that these morons like to use, to protect themselves from the big bad people of different races and genders and sexual orientations. These people that are afraid of things that they shouldn't be afraid of. I'm trying so hard to not just cuss every other word here. Before it was co-opted by right-wing morons, woke meant to be awake. It meant to be aware of the things going on around you and seeing the hypocrisy, seeing the things that don't make sense. And that if you were to not recognize your privilege and to stay asleep, that you would miss all of these injustices going on, not only in the world, but in the country, in your city, in your very street that is happening right around you. Thus, you would want to be awake or woke, right? Why would anyone be afraid of that? And even if it was, it's not. But let's use their definition of it, right? Oh, it's too woke, which means it has too much diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? They made Norman Osborn black because DEI, right? First off, you're a moron. If that is something you're truly concerned with, you live a very sheltered life, and I envy you for being able to exist so completely separated from reality. I almost wish I could be you and be that ignorant so that I wouldn't have to worry about the day-to-day's horribleness that just doesn't stop anymore. That's so stupid. Like, we're talking about a fictional character. Like, fictional characters. Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn isn't real. And also, even if you it made you mad that it's a different take on the character, even if that made you mad, your take on the character that you loved from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, or I'm assuming that's where you're talking about. Who knows? You might like something else. It still exists. If your version that you preferred was the one that was in the comic books, that still exists. You can go read that anytime you want. It's just now someone else had another idea, and so they've made that too. And what's the big deal? I remember I was having a conversation one time back in 2018. Someone I was talking to, big nerd. Me and him geeked out about a bunch of stuff together. And he once told me that he wasn't looking forward to Into the Spider-Verse because it was Miles Morales. And I was like, well, what's wrong with Miles Morales? And he's like, it's not my Spider-Man. And I'm like, okay, it's not. So what? Like, he's like, well, it's not, Spider-Man's Peter Parker, And I'm like, okay, but this movie isn't about Peter Parker. This movie is about Miles Morales. And it looks fantastic. And I believe it was before it came out. Obviously, that movie ended up being fantastic and wonderful. One of the best superhero movies made, period. And just the complete lack of self-awareness that someone, even if you not that you shouldn't, but even if you remove all the race stuff, all the gender stuff, all the things that they would claim as DEI, even if you remove that, is it not okay for people to just have new ideas about characters? Is it not okay to take a new stab at something? Like, when did comics become the freaking Bible? That you could only do one thing. I got news for you. Comics have never been that. Every time someone else came on as a writer in the past 80 years, they did something different. There were characters that was treated differently. There were characters that were reincorporated in different ways. You think Bruce Wayne was the exact same since 1938 that he is now? No. Not even close. You think the Joker was the same as Heath Ledger? Like, he was a clown. He was a clown. What are we talking about? And here's the thing. I said all that to say, if we forgo, just on the simple idea of, just people having new ideas, that we should be okay with new ideas because it keeps life interesting. If we just keep reliving the same crap over and over, then life is boring. Why would we want that? Because it's safe? Because it makes you feel comfortable? That's pathetic. That's an empty existence, devoid of any excitement and joy to just complain because it's not your version of the character. Now, let's put all of that back. Let's put the race in. Let's put the gender. Let's put the sexual identity. Let's put all of that in here. And let's say that is good. It is good for people to feel represented. It is good for someone who maybe doesn't look like you or sound like you or act like you to be able to find themselves within the thing that you love. Why would you want to keep that from someone? If you love Spider-Man so much, if you love Star Wars so much, why do you want to not share that? Because that's not love. Love is sharing. Love is giving and taking. That is love. You may be obsessed. You may be a sad, pathetic child that never learned the importance of sharing with someone. That might be what you're dealing with. But it's not love. If you truly love something, you want the world to see that. I love Maggie, and I want her to go and exist and to show who she is to everyone because I know how great she is. Why would I ever want to tell Maggie that she can't leave, that she can't get out of here, that she can't show who she really is? Why would I want to do that? If I truly love her, why would I want to keep her away from others? I don't understand that. So if you love something and someone who is very different from you turns out to love that same thing, why can you not find common ground on that? Why is that bad? Why is that considered woke? Why is that something that you hate? And I'll tell you why. It's because you're a bigot. It's because you're racist. Okay? It's because you don't understand what it means to be human and to have compassion for your fellow human. If somebody wants to be gay, let them be gay. What does it matter? What does it matter to you? You know, if someone believes, that they don't feel like themselves, and that in order to be themselves, they need to transition into something else so that they feel at peace within their own body. What does it matter to you? What does it matter? Go do something. Go friggin', I don't know, find love. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say touch grass because it's condescending, but honestly, you deserve to be condescending too. You need to go touch grass. Like, if you truly hate others because they want to feel at peace with themselves, because they just want to be happy being able to exist, not even happy, they just want to exist. If that pisses you off, then you are sad. You're sad. You're pathetic. What a horrible existence it must be to have to put others down so that you can feel good about yourself. It's pathetic. And if you want to hide behind the guise of American or Christianity, saying that it's the right, they broke the law, so they got to go, or, the Bible says this and that, you are just absolutely empty inside. And the only solace I find is that when you die, you will die alone, miserable, and you will never know the true joy of being able to share passion and love with someone who is nothing like you. If your greatest fear is that Spider-Man cartoon was going to be too woke, you're very sheltered. And you really need to open your eyes to literally everything else going on around us. The pain, the hurt. Freaking grow up. Grow up. I want to say here, I want to talk about movies. I want to talk about Marvel and DC. I want to talk about how the new Superman, when he flies, his eyes look like he's looking in two different directions and how that's kind of funny. I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch, getting a new one, and if it's going to be in 4K, and if I can play Mario in 4K or Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in 4K. Those are the things I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about those. I don't want to talk about the bigots being stupid because they think that it's wrong to try and let other people feel welcome inside of their fandom. I'm not talking about that. But you friggin' idiots, make this happen. Because you can't just stop sucking. I know our core audience here at Hopefully Awesome, this is not to you. I know you all are welcoming and loving, and I know you all get what Hopefully Awesome is all about. That you get that we're a positive place on the internet where we can all just get together and nerd out about the geeky things we love. That's the point. So all of this, I'm not saying to you, it's not your fault. None of this is your all's fault. This is for the people that don't normally watch us. This is for the people who's going to get their keyboard out and type just the most vile and hate-filled comments that's going to be blocked, honestly, and be erased from this channel. This is for them. And I know it's not going to do any good. I know that nobody's going to hear this and think better and try to do better. I know that that's not the case. But I just can't sit here and just let them continue to spew this vile hatred and just remain silent. I can't do that anymore. I can't. Though this won't do anything to help, I can't at the very least pretend like it's not happening. I'm done doing that. So, if you want to stick around for the next story, I'm going to attempt to move on. Calm down, take a sip of coffee. If you are on the correct side of being a human, and you want to continue on with Hopefully Awesome, then welcome. And if you're filled with hate right now, and if you think that I'm woke, liberal, whatever other stupid adjectives you all use because your big red hat tells you that that's what you should say, then get the hell out of here. I don't want you. I don't want your views. I don't want your clicks. I would rather have 10 people. I would rather this video be watched by 10 people who give a damn about humanity than to be exposed to someone like you. You are not welcome here. Hate is not welcome here. Racism, sexism, they're not welcome here. If you have anything negative to say about any groups, except for Nazis, because fuck Nazis, just to be completely clear, then you can get the hell out. We don't want you. Hopefully Awesome is not for you. Everyone else, you're welcome to stay. We all got that? Cool. So now, from controversy to collaboration, Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are back with Sinners, and the first trailer has everyone talking. So let's break it down. Via Boris Kitt at The Hollywood Reporter, Ryan Coogler has finally come clean about Sinners, his mysterious upcoming movie that stars Michael B. Jordan and hits theaters on April 18th. At a virtual press conference for the movie's trailer launch, Coogler teased that although vampires were definitely in the film, the movie has a lot more going on. Quote, "The film is very genre fluid," Coogler said. "It switches in and out of a lot of different genres. Yes, vampires are an element, but it's not the only supernatural element in the movie. The film is about more than just that." The filmmaker dropped hints about certain archetypes that populate the movie, the musician channeling magic and the mystical qualities of twins among them. He also said the movie was about American music and exploration of blues music and culture. Music does indeed play a big role in the trailer, which shows off a rural Jim Crow era South setting and sees black people cutting loose in melodious and carnal celebration. But as the trailer ominously continues, danger comes in the form of some white party crashers, and in scenes that dizzyingly jump around from day and night, blood is spilled and bullets are sprayed. Typically, whenever we're talking about a new trailer, I would actually show clips from it. Well, to avoid the the explicit tag, I'm not showing it, but I think I waved bye-bye to that a little bit ago, so no worries. Coogler called it his most personal film to date. It allowed him to explore his ancestral Mississippi family history, talk to his nearly 100-year-old grandmother, and pay tribute to his uncle, with whom he was close to and who passed away while he was in the post-production on 2015's Creed. Quote, "It's a world that my grandparents were a part of," he said of the setting, "a time that is overlooked in American history." Coogler also peeled back the curtain on some aspects of the movie's behind the scenes. For example, he shot the movie on 65mm film, even getting advice from Christopher Nolan and wife and producing partner Emma Thomas, who have experience with large format photography. He said the movie combined Ultra Panavision with IMAX photography in an effort to be immersive. And he explained that composer Ludwig Göransson, if I'm not mistaken, Ludwig also did the Mandalorian music. He's done a lot, but I'm pretty sure Mandalorian. Yeah. Ludwig earned a credit executive producer because the musical element in the movie is ever present, and in an unusual move, Göransson was a daily presence on set. The composer was also part of a movie's blues trail scouting expedition through Mississippi, even bringing his father along. Coogler summed up that Sinners this way: "It's a love letter to the experience of watching an exhilarating movie in a packed house full of strangers, not knowing what's going to happen next," continued the filmmaker. "So many incredible films have given me that feeling, so I wanted to try my hand at giving it back to audiences." So I watched the trailer. I actually watched the teaser like earlier. I think it was Sunday. They released a little, I don't know, maybe a 1-minute teaser. And then Maggie and I watched this trailer before doing the show right here. And I gotta say, this looks freaking awesome. I'm a sucker for vampire movies, for good ones. And you take that for what it is. This really looks awesome to me. Watch the trailer. If you've not watched the trailer, go watch it and then come back and finish this, because I'm going to talk about the trailer. Growing up in church, which I have since deconstructed and am no longer a part of that. There was videos that we watched when I was in the youth group. They sold their souls for rock and roll. And it talked about this guy that sold his soul to the devil so he could play the guitar, and totally blanking on his name. But obviously there seems to be some of that in this. Maybe not necessarily like straight up 1-to-1, but at the very least inspiration from that. Not to mention, vampires and demons and stuff. So I don't know, man. I think it looks great. I'm a big Buffy fan also from back in the day. And so this stuff, this is my itch, man. I like it. It kind of reminds me a bit of, what was that show called? What was that show called? This Cthulhu, Lovecraft Country. Yeah. Reminds me a little bit of that. Just like the setting and how there's a supernatural element to it. Yeah. This looks great. I'm excited. I honestly don't even need another trailer. What they showed, they sold me. I want to know pretty much nothing else about this movie. I want to just go in. It's Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. There's literally, you sold me on it just by that. When they were first talking rumors about this movie, and they were saying that Michael B. Jordan's going to play twins, and that it might be about vampires in the 30s. I was like, okay. Honestly, you didn't even have to tell me the last part. I was there. I was already there. I already had the tickets. Michael B. Jordan, he's fantastic. It's a perfect perfect person. I love Michael B. Jordan. If you can't tell, if that's not come across just yet. Oh, man. But there you have it, everybody. Controversy in the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man series from the actor, and an exciting new project from Coogler and Jordan with Sinners. There's quite a lot to unpack today. But I would love to know, are you excited to see Coogler and Jordan team up again? Are you surprised that they're teaming up for a vampire movie? Let me know in the comments. I would love to get everybody's feedback on this. If you want to leave a comment about the other thing, go for it. Just know blocks are happening today, so just so you know. But hey, if you enjoyed today's episode, hitting that like button does way more than you think it does. Not only does it tell me that you enjoyed this episode, but it also tells YouTube to share it with more like-minded people like you to help grow this awesome community that we're trying to build together. Again, one of inclusion and respect for our fellow person. So, if you are that, please hit the like button so that other people like you will show up here. But once again, thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day today. And of course, I'll be back again tonight live. Me and Maggie will be discussing the newest episode of Digimon and Sailor Moon. So you can come watch us live at youtube.com/hopefullyawesome, starting at about 9 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time. And of course, I'll be back again tomorrow with another edition of Movie Mornings. But that's going to wrap it up, everybody. Thanks for watching. And as always, have a hopefully awesome day. Goodbye.